Hello friends, in this video we will be discussing about Java constructors. In this topic, very first let us start with constructors definition. So the definition for this is constructors are used to initialize the objects. What's the initialization of object is what? Okay, whenever we create the object, then only the constructors are going to be used. We have done on this, but we don't know actually what constructor is, how actually it looks like. That's what we'll be seeing today. So in another way, I can say, like, if you are having an idea about some method, right? How you write in a class with a public void show, like that you write method, right? So the method name, if the method name is same as its own class, for example, the class name is Benz and the method name is also Benz, it is a constructor. But there is a rule that it should not have any return type. I'll be explaining about this with the help of example. Let us get back into the programming example. So I'll take a class Benz. Okay. So I'm having a class Benz. Normally, how we write method? Public void show. This is how we write method, right? So within this method, what do you write? System dot out dot print ln. Some, if you want to print a message hello, you will write the step like this. After this, the class is getting closed and method before that method is closed, and this is the method, right? Public void show, and you have taken the class name Benz, and it is up to here, right? Now this is the method, and we call it as a property of a class. In order to access this property, what we will do? We will create an object in some other class like this, Benz k equals to new Benz. Object is created, right? So how you call that method? K dot show, right? K dot show, and your method is your program is completed. Now if you run this program, what is the output you are going to get? Hello message can be printed. This is about method access, right? Generally what we does in earlier videos and in videos where methods are to be created, all that. Now I'm not talking about the methods here. I'm talking about the constructor. But what I want to say is, here instead of show, write down the class name itself. What is the class name you have? Benz. And this is said to be the constructor with only one condition. It should not have any return type like void, all these things. Now this is said to be the constructor. A method with same name that of the class name is said to be a constructor, but it should not have any return type. And within this body, whatever the requirement is there, you can write any code. Whatever the codes you have written for methods, all the codes you can write here. I'm coming to the another class here. Okay. So now this is not required. I'm removing. What we have done here? What we have done? We have created an object for the class Benz, right? So while creating the object for the Benz, here what you are written here? New Benz parenthesis. Actually what you are doing here is, actually you are calling a constructor. This is the constructor you are calling right now. You may get a question. Earlier we have not written anything like this, sir. Then what is the purpose of writing that? I am coming to that. Just wait. Okay. As of now, what happens is, this Benz you are writing now, this particular constructor is going to run. And what is the output you are going to get? Hello. You see here what is the output we are getting. You ignore this message. You just click on proceed. In this entire code there is no error. It is about some other file in the project. So hello, you got it. So output you got it, right? So this is actually the constructor. You may get a question that if you don't have any constructor, then what will happen? Which one you are calling? That's what I have to talk about now. So I will be talking right now. I am going to the next slide where I need to explain about. So this is the slide about constructor rules. Before going to the next topic, what I told just now. So I just may clarify about the rules. Constructor name and class name must be the same, right? Benz, right? Constructor do not have any return type. Void is removed, right? So these are the rules for constructor. So, and this is what I am talking about. There are constructor types are there. Totally there are 3 types of constructors. Default constructor, zero parameter constructor, parameterized constructor. And just now you have written one constructor, right? So which constructor is this? Let me clarify you guys. This is zero parameter constructor. Zero parameter constructor in the sense you don't write anything in this place, right? In the parenthesis, right? You don't write anything here. You don't have any parameters like this in DA like this, right? It has zero parameters. This is a constructor and it doesn't have any parameters. That's why it is said to be what? It is said to be what? Zero parameter constructor. Then what is parameterized constructor? The parameterized constructor is like if you write like any parameter here like this, and this is said to be parameterized constructor. You may get a question how to access this. Here it is showing error here. Here it has to write some, it has to send some single value. Then only the single parameter constructor is going to run. Now what is the value we are going to get here? The value what we are going to get here is 12. What about if I have two values in the constructor parameters? Two parameters are there. Int b. Two parameters are being sent. Now again it is showing error. Why you know? You can guess that. I have to call a constructor, right? So the again I have explained here about zero parameter constructor where parameters are not there. Parameters constructor also I have explained. What is default constructor? That's what I need to discuss, right? So let me tell you, while you are creating the object, like here if you don't have any constructor, public void, let me remove this. Public void show is there, and let me remove all these things and just print hello. Okay, and for this you're going to create an object, right? To access this property, to access this particular method show for the class Benz, you're going to create object, right? Benz Keiko new Benz. Here the one constructor is being called, I told you in the starting, this is zero, this is not zero parameterized constructor, this is not the parameterized constructor being called. Look at, I don't have any constructor here, I have not written. At this time, which constructor is going to be called is, I told you like this is default constructor. What is that? Default constructor is being called. Who will work on this? So compiler itself work on the constructor. Default constructor is being called. But if you have any constructor, even a single constructor like public Benz like this, then in this situation default constructor won't come into an action. In this condition, default constructor won't come to. This is zero parameter constructor. This will take the responsibility while creating the object when you call this. Got it? So this is how the constructors are going to be created. So this is, let me modify a little bit here and let me write down one again constructor. Two constructors are there, and observe here one constructor is with zero parameters, another constructor is with one parameter. Let me execute this. System dot out dot println. Here I am writing hello. Okay, so here I am not going to print hello, instead I am trying to print A. So in this class Benz, how many constructors are there totally now? This is one constructor, and this is what kind of it is? Zero parameter constructor, and this is also constructor with single parameter, and you can call it as parameterized constructor. Now you're coming to the main class and you have written Benz K equal new Benz. As you have two constructors here, two constructors are there. Out of two constructors, if you write this step, object creation step, while creating initializing the object, which constructor is going to be called? Again you get a question now. Whether this zero parameter constructor is going to be called, or single parameter constructor is going to be called, or default constructor which is going to be called. So I told you, like, if you don't have any constructor here, then only default constructor comes into action. Then remove that. Remove that default constructor. Now out of two options available, this is zero parameter and there is parameterized constructor. Out of two options, which constructor is going to be called? Obviously zero parameter constructor is going to be called. Why? Because here you are not calling by using any parameters. Out of these two, only this will get into an action, and you see only hello message is going to be printed. What is the message you printed here? Hello message is going to be printed. That's it. Now you are getting again a question how to run this. Simple. You create one more object, bens p equals to new bens. This time you send some parameter. How many parameters it is expecting? Single parameter, right? Send single value. Now this is going to be, while creation of p object, you are making a call to which constructor? Which constructor you are calling? You are calling a single parameter constructor. Now see, you are going to get both the results. Both the results you got it, right? So now I have covered so far. What are the topics I have covered? Let me clarify. Let me come from first. I have explained what is a constructor. I have given the definition for constructor, and after the constructor rules I have explained. After that, constructor types: default constructor, zero parameter constructor, parameterized constructor. Three types of constructor discussed. And one more thing is there. Now I am going to discuss about constructor overloading. If you remember one topic, method overloading, then constructor overloading will be very easier for you. So I will be coming to this explanation. What is method overloading first of all? If you don't remember, let me remind you. Public void show. Again, one more show method is there within the same class. Public void show. But this time, at least one parameter. How many? How many? These are not constructors, right? These are methods, right? So this is one method show. Again, this is method show. And both the methods show methods are belonging to same class. One with zero parameters, one is with single parameter. This is what we call it as method overloading. Methods with same name, multiple methods with same name, but with different signature. Here the signature is number of parameters. That is method overloading, right? What is the topic I am talking here? The topic name is not method overloading. What is the topic name here? Topic name is constructor overloading, right? So how I am going to change this method overloading to constructor overloading? You see, let us write constructor here, bens, and let us write one more constructor here, bens. Constructors with same name but with different signature. Different signature is nothing but number of parameters. This is what constructor overloading is. And I can write any step here, something like hello, and here I can print that a value, and how they are going to be accessed by creating the object bens k equals to new bens, and one more constructor is to be called, right? Bens p equals to new bens. This time how many parameters are there? One parameter. With one parameter I am calling, and execute. Let me execute. I am going to get both the outputs, right? So now you observe to the code what I have written. I have created a class bens. Within the same class I have created how many constructors? Two constructors. For what I have created? Two constructors for explaining the example of method. It's not method overloading, constructor overloading, right? Constructors with same name, multiple constructors are there with same name, but number of parameters are different. One is having 0, one is having 1. You can create one more also with two parameters like this. Public void bens int a comma int b, like this, a plus b. Here let me update, some spelling mistake is there. Public void should be there. No, no. Let me remove that. Now you can call to two parameters constructor also. Bens z equals to new bens. This time how many parameters I need to pass? Two parameters. And see here, three constructors are going to be executed. Hello, the 10:30. So this is the example for what is that? Constructor overloading. And see carefully about the code what I have written. Right? So now let me jump to the next topic. The topic name is constructor chaining. So constructor chaining topic comes only in the place of constructor overloading. I repeat, constructor chaining topic can be applied only in which place? In constructor overloading only. And how the constructor chaining is being done, I will show you. Constructor chaining is something like communication among the constructors, calling one constructor from another constructor, something like that is a constructor chaining. How we can do that, I will explain. So as I told you already, what is the example? We have to take multiple constructor overloading is the concept we have to take. Here I have constructor overloading, and here in the same example I am going to remove two object creation steps. Just I have created for which constructor object for accessing which constructor, zero parameter constructor. So what is the output I am getting as of now? As of now I'm getting message hello. I need to get remaining outputs also. What I'm coming here is from main function, which constructor is being called? Zero parameter constructor. You go there and just remember the method name this. What is the method name? This. And here you write single parameter. If I write which constructor is going to be called, single parameter constructor is going to be called. This method, using this method, constructor chaining can be done. What is the output I am going to get? Have a look. Well, I got it. Hello, I got it. Means from here we are sending 12 value, which is taking by this constructor, this particular constructor, and it is printing hello, and it will go back, and the remaining step is hello, it will be printing. And from here again you try to communicate to the constructor with two parameters. Send two values here. Now see, you will get the results for three constructors. You see here. Constructor 1, 2, 3, three constructors, you got it. This is how the constructor chaining can be done. Using which method? This method. Guys, very simple topic. Just go through the video for once or twice. You will understand carefully about, completely about constructors. Right? So far, what are the topics I have covered in this video? About what is a constructor. After that, what are the rules of constructor. After that, what are the types of constructor. After that, constructor overloading. At last, I have explained about constructor chaining also. Right? Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video.